Things are heating up, not cooling down when it comes to the richest man in the world taking on the Walt Disney Company. He is not happy, and frankly, many people out there can't blame him. At the same time, the mainstream corporate press continues to malign Elon Musk, thinking that he is perhaps some sort of crazy man with a lot of money. That does not seem to be the case, though. And who could have ever guessed that the Walt Disney Company and what they had done to Elon Musk with their pulling of advertisements on Twitter/X would result finally in the most banned, deplatformed person in America returning to X. Yes, everything is getting spicier as we get ready to go into 2024, and we're going to discuss it right now. Hello folks, welcome back to the WDW Pro channel. It is a pleasure as always explaining entertainment and keeping you ahead of the culture curve. Thank you for being the electricity that allows us to do just that. And if you would not mind, if you are so inclined, consider clicking the like button while you are at it. This out of the Hill, Elon Musk declares war on Disney and Bob Iger. It's by Douglas McKinnon, and here's what we've got. Last week it was the curse heard around the world. This week, it may be the post that pushed Disney's Bob Iger out of a job. When Elon Musk, owner of SpaceX, Tesla, and X, was being interviewed at the New York Times Deal Book Summit on November 29th, reporter Andrew Ross Sorkin asked him about companies pulling their ads from his social media site. Disney, Apple, Coca-Cola, Warner Brothers, Comcast, and others have suspended their advertising on X after Musk reshared a post which came across to many as bad, although I don't think that in hindsight it was, considering that Mr. Musk clarified what he meant, and what he was saying was, although perhaps not well articulated, that you should not give money to groups who then give money to groups who want to harm you. Seems pretty logical to me, but you know, the corporations, they wanted to have a narrative after that whole, well, let's just leave that alone. But let's say that there was a group who was claiming something about Twitter. You know what? We'll say it. Media Matters. Media Matters had come out and made a claim against Twitter, and that all fell apart, of course. And so the corporations had to find a new reason, a new way to claim, oh, we left Twitter for the right reasons. So that's what this is all about. And so you all already know the comment that Mr. Musk made. No matter which side of the Musk divide one is on, it is becoming clear that the mega billionaire entrepreneur is now drawing deeper lines in the sand. To prove that point, Musk tripled down against Iger this week by firing multiple posts criticizing Disney and outright saying Iger should be fired immediately. Now, this is where it gets so spicy that we will have a hard time covering it, but we shall. In response to the state of New Mexico suing Meta and Mark Zuckerberg for bad stuff, Musk said, crazy that Disney has to be sued to stop this terrible behavior. Next, in response to a CNBC headline stating that Facebook and Instagram enable bad stuff, Musk responded, why no advertiser boycott, Bob? You are endorsing this material, Bob. Just minutes before that, Musk had posted, Bob Iger thinks it's so cool to advertise next to bad stuff. As I said, folks, can't read it, but we'll try to give our best so that you understand it. Bottom line here is that all these other companies, they're also in sort of hot water at this point, I would say. Coca-Cola, Warner Brothers, Apple. Apple, not so much. Apple's so big, they don't care. But when it comes to Disney, they're the only one, it's the only company that had a CEO get up in front of Musk and disparage him right before Musk took the stage. And wow, what a horrible, horrible bad idea. All right, let's go into a higher resolution with this. Folks, we got a panel ready to talk about it. Let's go to the panel right now. If you're not a great fan of Bob Iger and how he's been doing, and I think, folks, if you stick around for the rest of the show, we're going to show you something regarding veterans and military families that may get you on board with us. But Elon Musk, the richest man in the world, now demanding Bob Iger be fired after Disney pulled ads from X. And I think he has more to say about this than just Bob Iger pulling ads. Let's get into this article out of CNN Business by Oliver Darcy. Here's what it says. Elon Musk wants Bob Iger fired. The X owner and erratic, that's where we get the editorialized commentary here right away, framing Elon Musk by CNN. We read it and then we analyze it so we can explain how they play the game. And erratic billionaire conspiracy theorist. In other words, folks, don't listen to him. He's a bad, bad man, that Elon Musk. Went on a rampage Thursday against the Disney chief executive, assailing Iger. That's almost a crime. For the Magic Kingdom's decision to pull advertisements from his imperiled social media platform. In other words, Twitter could go down at any moment. It's almost like a few months ago when people were saying their goodbyes and where you could find them only to discover that, yes, Twitter was still around the next day, I mean X, and declaring that Iger should be forcibly removed from his job. He should be fired immediately, Musk, who often uses his influential perch to bully critics and others. Jonas, give me another article. I can't handle this. Wrote about Iger on the platform, formerly known as Twitter. Walt Disney is turning in his grave over what Bob has done to this company. Now, this is, I think,
worse
this is
further
the key.
on. My God.
Oh, I'll keep reading, but Jonas, get me one that's less
I'm working on
propaganda.
One. I think Yahoo Finance has one. I hate to do this.
It gets so much worse. Look,
it's not that I want. It's not that I want to avoid it or censor it. I just feel badly for Oliver Darcy for what I'm about to do if this keeps going. So, but the guys, let's talk about this for a moment. This is the quote we need to focus in on. This is what Elon Musk had to say, unfiltered by the CNN prose that is intended to make you believe that he's a bad fella. Walt Disney is turning in his grave over what Bob has done to his company. Thoughts on that? Do we all agree at this point that Walt would have a problem? And I want to start with, because we have not got him really into the conversation quite yet, Nick out of Echo Based Network, Mr. EBN himself. What do you think about Walt and Elon's comments?
I think Elon is spot on. Walt's definitely turning over in his grave. If he could come and rise from the grave and see what his company has become and all this woke garbage crap that they're putting out there and getting away from, just normal families and family content, he'd go in there and fire everybody. That whole entire board, all those executives, house needs to be cleaned. And I think they're just going to keep going down in decline. I mean, they're talking about Twitter being in peril. I'll never call it X, by the way. Them being in peril. Disney's in peril. They've been in peril for a long time. And it just keeps getting worse for them. It's just like a snowball rolling downhill. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And eventually it's going to catch up to them, and it's not going to be good for the company. But yeah, they're not in a good situation at all.
I'm surprised Walt hasn't come back to life out of sheer rage.
Yeah. Or at least haunted them or something.
Yeah.
Walt's building an experimental community of tomorrow in heaven.
Yeah,
he's too busy.
That's very on the nose.
All right, well, let's go to Yahoo. And Jonas, if you wouldn't mind, you've got power over that screen, I believe. Do you have the ability to move that one for me?
Well, I can add my screen and take over if you like. How about
take
that?
over for a moment, because I'm preparing something in response to this new article. So just, if you wouldn't mind for a moment.
All right. Alexandra Canal, senior reporter from Yahoo Finance. Elon Musk is once again going after Disney CEO Bob Iger after targeting the executive during the New York Times Dealbook Summit last month. Musk, who owns social media platform X, although it's much more fun to say Twitter, slammed Iger on Thursday, writing he should be fired immediately. Musk added Walt Disney is turning in his grave over what Bob has done to his company. Can't disagree with that. Disney did not immediately respond to Yahoo Finance's request for comment. The post began after New Mexico's Attorney General Raul Torres filed a civil lawsuit on Wednesday against Meta Platforms and CEO Mark Zuckerberg, a known rival of Musk. How's my audio real quick?
Good. You sound great. You sound beautiful.
Great.
In the suit, Torres alleged Meta social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram are not safe spaces for children, but rather prime locations for horrible people trying to find attacked children and go after underage people for things that are completely inappropriate. Disney, oh, there's another word I could have used, which pulled its advertising from X last month after Musk endorsed I'm going to say supposedly anti-Semitic post on the platform. I haven't seen the post, but this sounds like spin to me. Still advertises on Meta.
As the official yid at this party, no, it wasn't.
Thank you.
Period.
This Goy appreciates your comment. Prompting Musk to double down on his attack.
All right, pause there, Jonas. Pause there, because I want to show now what I think about all of this. Okay, before we go any further, I'm tired now of the Elon Musk is a bad man thing. I'm not here to be a stan for Elon. I'm not here to be his biggest cheerleader. I'm not here to be someone who overlooks the flaws of Elon Musk. That said, what they want us to believe, they want us to believe is that these people who, Harvard, the University of Pennsylvania, and MIT, who said that they would not stop the statements from students on their campuses calling for the G word, okay, for the mass destruction of individuals. Those people are good people, right? And this person down here, Elon Musk, with Netanyahu of Israel, he is the bad guy. That's what we're supposed to believe. Do not believe what your eyes show you, folks. That's what they want to have all of you do, is Elon is bad. He hates the people that he's with right here under an umbrella. And the people who say, wipe all of these out and we won't say a word on campus, those are the good people. That's the way the game is played. I just want to go back to this now because I'm tired of it now. I've had enough of the media's game here, and that needs to end. We need to call it out for the lunacy that it is, because none of them believe that Elon Musk despises a group of people such as this, that is all part of the game in order to try to get back control of the corporate narrative. That's how they play. It's dirty, dirty, dirty.
All right. But did anybody see that? Did anybody see that they had, because the supposed thing that they're getting out of X out as advertisers is because of the anti-Semitism, but they did a comparison of TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and like X was literally like at the bottom of that. There's so much more anti-Semitism, and I mean TikTok is immense with it, and they still have their ads on TikTok, and Instagram is immense with it. They still have it, and so is Facebook. Where's the logic?
I'll add to this that they are proud. They're so proud of the numbers they get on TikTok, and TikTok is an open sewer. It is. Yes. It is a filthy platform.
Society's septic tank is TikTok.
I refuse to use it. Never have. Never will.
Let's remember that aside from being run by the Chi-Coms and being a intelligence tool for them to suck your information down the line,
and the information of your children.
When they polled these misguided students on America's campuses about where they got their totally warped information about the bad guys over in the Middle East, they all cited TikTok as their #1 source.
Who would have thought? So let me ask you all, do you think that it was worthwhile for Disney to do what they did with the state of Florida, which now has opened up this audit and may cost them $1 trillion? Do you think that was a good idea for them to take on the state of Florida? Because I don't think it was, and I think that was stupidity. And I would say that they're doing the exact same thing, except this time it's far larger. It's more corporations all trying to dogpile and gaslight and mislead the public about what's really going on here. And the real truth of what they're attempting to do is they want to destroy a social media platform that is slowing down their utopian progress towards controlling what we're allowed to say.
Yeah. Well, you can only cover up the stench of something for so long, right? Like, so you could, I think back to like high school and some kids that just, they hadn't caught on to the concept of deodorant, antiperspirant, and all of that stuff yet. It's like you are, you all laugh because you're all smelling it right now.
Andrew.
Your brain is reminding you what that's like. And
Andrew,
I apologize.
Hey, Disney now has an MLM fragrance company sponsoring something at Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
Oh, that's outstanding.
Dumbo Circus is.
He's just anti-Semitic.
I bet it smells like manure, just
Yeah.
like Disney themselves right now.
They call it elephant scents or something crazy like that.
Smellephants on parade. Yeah.
Smellephants on parade.
That's horrible. That's a terrible name.
Well,
I love alliteration and corny stuff, but that's not good. That's bad.
The formal formulation of what you just said, which is absolutely true. There's a great line, curiously enough, that I first heard at a presentation for one of those MLM things. And it is this: time either promotes you or exposes you. Mm-hmm. And it may have taken 55 years in Disney's case with Reedy Creek, but time has done its work.
That's right. And if we take a look at this for a moment, ladies and gentlemen, this is going back to this same thing. We're not going to read it because it's even difficult to read it. But out of CNBC, you can see right there on screen, this is the kind of stuff that's happening out there. And, well, no, you can't because I'm not able to pull it up. Here we go. This is the kind of stuff that's happening out there that Disney and these other corporations, they continue to support, because I'm here to tell you, it's all politics, it's all power, it's all control, and the truth is just a thing that you dismiss and toss aside as you use whatever facts and whatever narratives you can to get the outcome you desire. And the outcome is that we'll all be forced to read and listen to the corporate narratives of their choosing. And I for one, am against that. But that's where we are right now with Elon Musk. And folks, that is a wrap for today. We hope you enjoyed the conversation. As always, we're here to try to explain entertainment, and when it intersects with much bigger issues and much bigger topics, so be it. We'll cover it as best we can. We're not a political channel. We're not a channel that talks about the hottest, spiciest business news. But when entertainment is business news and when business news is entertainment, there we shall be. Folks, consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, and when you click it, you stick it to the algorithms. It's the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Don't forget that the Pro Show has moved now. It is no longer Thursdays, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time, but rather is now Tuesdays at noon. And we are looking forward to this greatly improved time slot where, folks, we will continue to break the news as best we can. And when we can't break it, we'll analyze it, by golly, and we'll analyze it well. All right, folks, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.